Hi, welcome to a new edition of Things I've Learned and Kind of Retained. On this edition, I'm going to be talking about becoming aware of your thoughts and becoming aware that you are separate from your thoughts. So, I am going to do this in kind of like a format where when I say you, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to you, Jenny, um, or Mother Trucker, but I don't want it to seem like I'm telling y'all what to do out there. Um, so I just want to keep it, I just wanted to say that in the beginning. If I say you, this is a reminder for myself because I am, I started this like journey of self improvement and I'm learning these things, but then I get released into the wild and it's that's where now I have to practice, right? You have to practice all of these things, and I often forget or lose my way. And so I would like to remind myself. But if this resonates for anyone else, awesome, cool. So come with me on my journey and reminder for myself. So, things I've learned and kind of retained about um, becoming aware of your thoughts. Um, I read this book. Well, I didn't want to start out with that, but I'm okay. I read a book called Untethered Soul and another book called Letting Go. And so in these books, I learned that we are not our thoughts. Um, so, what we can do on our journey of self improvement is realize what we can do, Jenny, on our path of self improvement is realize that we are separate from our thoughts. Um, so when you do that, you become aware that your thoughts are just kind of always happening, and it's kind of like a machine in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Your thoughts are just getting generated all day long. It's just making chocolate. And your thoughts are the chocolate, right? So that machine is just boom, 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 putting out thoughts, putting out thoughts. That's what's happening inside of your mind. Putting out thoughts, putting out thoughts, putting out thoughts, but they're not you. So they're just being generated. And when you become aware that you are not your thoughts, you take on this new role. Um, ba, 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 this new role of observer. And it's kind of like a in Mario Brothers when Mario gets the star. That's how old I am that I reference Mario Brothers from 1980 whatever. But when he gets the star and he gets like superpower, and he kind of levels up, when you become the observer, it is like your version of leveling up. So Jenny, so when you become the observer, you get to kind of look at the machine and see the thoughts, and then you realize that you are in charge of what thoughts you attach yourself to and what thoughts you don't attach yourself to, because they're just always happening in there. Um, so there is a scale of emotions on a vibrational frequency chart. Okay, and so lower emotions, like grief and shame and things like that, are a lower frequency because we're all made up of, on a molecular level, very small atoms that are vibrating really close together. Like our everything is made up of atoms that are just vibrating on a certain frequency, right? So um, this shelf right here is made of wood, and these molecules are just vibrating at the frequency of wood. This paper, molecules vibrating at the frequency of paper. You and I are made up of energy and a lot of molecules that are creating this energy that is vibrating at a certain frequency. And your emotions create a frequency. So if you are attaching yourself to um, negative thoughts, then you will have, in turn, lower emotions, like emotions that are lower on the frequency scale. So you'll emit a lower frequency from your heart and brain, which our hearts and brains emit frequency that can be measured with medical machines. Like specifically, your brain emits brain waves that can be measured with an EEG machine. Um, and your heart emits heart waves that can be measured with an EKG machine. And doctors can tell if things are kind of out of whack by reading those the frequency readings from those tests, right? So if you know that you're emitting a frequency, and then you can start to realize, Jenny, that the frequency that you're emitting into the world is what you're perceiving your world as. So the more that you're attaching yourself to negative thoughts, the more that you will perceive the world in a negative way. If you are attaching yourself to like positive thoughts or hooking up to those higher frequency emotions, you're going to see the world in a higher like vibrational way, and you're going to attract to you higher vibrations. So if you're like, what? I can't just stop thinking negative thoughts. You're right. You can't stop thinking negative thoughts, but you can stop attaching yourself to the negative thoughts. And it takes practice. Trust me. I know. You know, Jenny, it takes practice. So, that's like that's my thing that I've learned and kind of retained on this path to um, self improvement, is realizing that you're not your thoughts, so that you can start to change your frequency and get better at getting into that higher frequency mode. Another thing that or you realized when you found out that you're not your thoughts, is that negative self talk is a big, like, it's like a negative self talk is a way that we kind of get stuck in the lower vibration, lower frequency, lower emotions. If you look in the mirror and you think something that you don't like, right? You look in the mirror and you think, oh, I don't like that. I've always hated that. Or you look at someone else and you think, I don't like that. Or, and I hope that I am never like that. But if you're specifically talking negatively to yourself about yourself, then that automatically puts you into a lower vibration, right? And you're attaching yourself to the negative thoughts about yourself. So one way that you can hop out of that is, instead of thinking, I don't like that, think of what you're thankful for about yourself. And then you hop into that gratitude mindset, like that gratitude flow, and that immediately changes your frequency. Gratitude is a super secret key to changing your frequency right away. Being thankful for what you do have, it gets you, it changes your brain. When you are thankful for what you do have, it immediately changes your brain. So if you keep on thinking about the things that you're thankful for, you're going to change your frequency immediately. So that's just like a little key to help you along the way. But I highly recommend those books that I was talking about, Untethered Soul and Letting Go, and I'm going to link them below in the comments below. So leave me a comment if you've read them. Leave me a comment if you haven't read them. And if this video helped you in any way, please let me know, because I want to surround myself with other people that are interested in the things that I'm interested in, because I've found that that is another key to on the path to self-improvement and keeping in practice and hopping onto that higher frequency, right? So I'll get into gratitude and other things on another video, but I just wanted to get out there what I've learned about becoming aware that you are not your thoughts, and that you are the observer of your thoughts. So thanks for joining me. Jenny, just kidding. Thank you everyone for joining me.